It's good to be back. Kristen, that was great. Terrific job. Great, Kristen. You have our best wishes, and Kendall and I are really proud to be here. Some of you know the story that we would come back after a day campaigning, or sometimes as governor, and I would be in Montgomery County that day, and I was depressed, as you would think, or Prince George's County, and I was depressed, or they made me go to Baltimore City, and I was depressed. And then I come home, and there's Kendall there, and she was in Carroll County that day, and everything was great. Everybody loves us. So follow me, walk in my footsteps one day. And these are real conversations we had. It got so bad, I got so depressed, they made me go to Montgomery County like 3 or 4 days in a row. I called Larry Haynes and said, Senator, I need to come up to Carroll County. I need to see people that like me. And some of you were there probably. You had a big event in Carroll County. Senator ran it. I felt good, and they made me go back to Montgomery County the next day. Carroll County has always been a tonic for me. And I love this place, and I love so many people in this room. Sue, thank you, and Hayden, everybody here who's been friends forever. So we've done a lot of events over the years, Kendall and I, for candidates, and not just in Maryland, principally in Maryland, not just in Maryland. And at some point, you have to draw the line. We have, as you know, other priorities and kids and games to go to and books to write and speeches and jobs and all that. And I drew the line at school boards. I just couldn't do school boards because it's just too much. Can't be out every night. We're not in public office anymore. We have other priorities. And then Virginia went down, and then Blue parents in Blue, Virginia said, you know what? The progressives are just taking it 1 inch too far. We've had enough. And Kendall and I looked at each other that night and said, you know what? If Virginia can do it, we can do it. And we can do school board meetings. We can do school board elections because school boards are where it's at. It's where the action is. They are the number one front. School board elections, the number one front with regard to this culture war. And the interesting thing about this culture war is, unlike past culture wars, we didn't invite this culture war. We didn't start it. We're just raising our kids here in Carroll County, voting Republican, all happy. And they brought the culture wars to us. And one of the only good things about COVID was a lot of parents actually saw what was being taught on those Zooms. And parents said, enough, this is not the 3 R's. We've gone a long way from the 3 R's. So Kendall and I decided to change our MO. We're going to do school board meetings. We're going to be on the front lines. We care. These elections count. Our kids count. Our future. All the cliches are all true. That's why we're here tonight. There's an article Bobby sent me yesterday, I guess, why a former governor will come to a school board election, and that's the answer. Because there's no more important events on our schedule these days than school board elections. The quality candidates like we have here, we need it. And that kind of begs the issue of dollars. And some of you heard me say this, few of you have anyway. I was 27 years old. I was a punk before Kendall, the dark years, you call it the dark years, pre-Kendall. And I wanted to run for the legislature, and I had no shot. And I was in a couple years out of law school, and we had a fundraiser, friends of mine. We had a first fundraiser, and I was a wreck, and who's going to show up? And nobody's going to show up. Nobody knows Bobby Ehrlich. And I was a wreck that day, and 300 people showed up. And it was, by the way, it's $15 whole to come to that event. It was worth every penny, I guarantee you. And I think we had Spam and Cheese Whiz. But I know you weren't there. It was a dark time. And I'll never forget, this is a true story. I remember the next day, I'm sitting there in my apartment, and I looked at the stack of checks. And I started to get emotional because it was only $15 checks, but those checks represented something to me then, and it hasn't changed to this very second. Those checks were an investment. They're an investment in me. People getting their checkbooks out and saying, Bobby Ehrlich for delegate. Chris, just like you here tonight. And that's an investment. And you know what your return on that investment is? School board members that reflect the values of you and this community. That's your return. And that's cool. They say money is a necessary evil. It's necessary, not necessarily an evil. Because you need dollars to win. And when these malign influences come in, to this county, this conservative county, and try to influence these children, your children, our children, with this agenda, it's time we fight back. We're fighting back here tonight. You're fighting back through your checks. You're fighting back through your signs and the bumper stickers. You have bumper stickers, right? Kidding. Now, I have to say, some of you have heard me say this, you've heard it a bunch of times. Maybe the only lie I've ever told in public life was during my various campaigns for Congress and all that. We had bumper stickers, a lot of bumper stickers. We had Democrats for Ehrlich bumper stickers. It's Maryland, even though Republicans were putting them on their cars and the whole 9 yards. And I had to lie a little bit and say, you know what, bumper stickers are really important. It's $300 per bumper sticker. That's what the experts tell you they're worth. And people will go, I have a sports car, I have a nice car, I don't want to put my bumper. I say, put the bumper sticker on. They come off easily, which is a lie. So after the election, fortunately, we won a lot of elections, and people come up to me, I can't get your bumper sticker off. And I said, you know what? It increases the resale value of your automobile. And they bought it. When the bumper stickers come in, put them on. They count. They really do. So these two candidates are going to put your money to good use. You're going to go to bed at night knowing they vote the right way. They're going to reflect your values. And that's why you're here tonight. So thanks for having us out. We're very happy to be here. Bobby, you are. There's no. Karen, just take care of him, please.
Now you're talking.
We go back a long way. And when he calls me and says, I want to bring somebody to lunch in Annapolis, I know it's going to end up costing me something. He picks up lunch, big deal. And which led to tonight, and I'm glad you did.
Thank you.
Okay.
We're delighted to have you back as always.
Well, as I said, it's therapy for us, and we're happy to do it.